What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Comic Book Flashback. I'm Marvel Lacrosse 316, and today, folks, we are looking at Tales to Astonish, issue number 62. We're looking at the second story of this issue. The first part of this issue featured Hank Pym as the Giant Man, but in this part of the issue, we're going to just be looking at the Hulk because we're looking at the Incredible Hulk series. We started with the Incredible Hulk original volume that just featured 6 issues, and now we see that the Hulk is appearing in Tales to Astonish, and that's where we are at this current moment. And so we have an appearance of the Chameleon in this issue, which is pretty cool. I believe this is his second appearance. I could be wrong. I know he made his first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, but I believe this is his second appearance. But check me on that. But anyway, this issue is brought to you by Stan Lee, who wrote this issue. We have Steve Ditko on the drawings, George Bell on the inking, and Sam Rosen on the lettering page. And so we left off, and we have the Hulk, and he is captured by General Thunderbolt Ross. And this machine that's holding him hostage was created by none other than Bruce Banner. He's the one that invented these chains. Rather, not a machine, but these chains. And the more that Hulk strains to free himself, he's at a greater risk of transforming back to Bruce Banner. And if Thunderbolt Ross realizes who Hulk really is, then Bruce is in a lot of trouble. And so what is Hulk going to do? How is he going to get out of this predicament? Well, that's where we're going to pick up in this issue. Now, 2 issues ago, we saw that the Hulk was fighting that red robot. Well, that red robot and that secret agent that we never found out who that guy was, he was sent by this man right here, and he's called the Leader, and he makes his first appearance in this issue as well. Which is pretty cool. So we got the Chameleon, which is his second appearance. We have the Leader, which is his first appearance. So I would say this is a pretty key issue to collect if you're a collector. But anyway, he's going to send the Chameleon because he wants the Chameleon to basically find out the whereabouts of that missing agent. And he also wants to learn more about the Hulk and see if the Chameleon can defeat the Hulk. Now, meanwhile, we see that Rick Jones, a longtime friend of the Hulk, we know that he has been allying himself with the Avengers. He's become a sidekick to Captain America, but he tells Captain America that he needs to go back and find the Hulk because he felt like he abandoned him. And so he's going to board a flight and he's going to go back to Phoenix, Arizona, where all this is taking place. Meanwhile, we see that a very disguised Chameleon is sitting right next to Rick Jones on the flight. And Rick Jones has no idea that he's sitting next to a villain. We see that the Chameleon he's thinking to himself, my guess is the Hulk probably killed the Leader's agent. That gives me an idea. And so the Chameleon in this issue, as we're going to see, he's really out for himself. He's not really going to be obeying his leader's orders here, as we'll soon find out. Now, last issue, we also saw the first appearance of Major Talbot. He's been sent on a mission to basically report back to the Pentagon about what Bruce Banner's been up to, because there's rumors, thanks to General Thunderbolt Ross, that Bruce Banner has been a spy this entire time, that Bruce Banner is an enemy to the nation. And so what in the heck is going to happen? Well, we see here that the Hulk is still straining. Rick Jones meets Betty. Betty knows Rick Jones thanks to the other series that we looked at with the first 6 issues of the Hulk. And so she's all worried about where Bruce is at, of course. And Rick Jones is stopped by Major Talbot here saying, hey, there's no trespassing. Meanwhile, we see that the Chameleon is going to take the disguise of General Thunderbolt Ross here, which is crazy stuff. And he's looking at the Hulk, and he's like, I can't believe this. Finally, I get to see the Hulk. And then he dismisses the men here, which is to his disadvantage here, because as the Chameleon walks away, we see that the Hulk transforms back to Bruce Banner, and by the time that the Chameleon gets back, we see that the Hulk is gone. And so Rick Jones finally meets with Bruce Banner, and Bruce is surprised to see Rick Jones. He hides Bruce and gives him an extra pair of clothes. Bruce is like, "Where have you been? What are you doing here, Rick Jones? And why are you here?" And Rick reveals, he says, "I felt so guilty leaving you and joining Captain America. I felt like a deserter." But Bruce is like, "You should leave. You don't need to be around here, because when I turn into the Hulk, it's unpredictable. You have no idea." So finally, Bruce returns back to base here. General Thunderbolt Ross and Major Talbot, I've been wondering this entire time where Bruce has been. While Bruce returns back to his room, he is then attacked by the Chameleon, and the Chameleon is then going to take the disguise of Bruce. We see Betty Ross then meets the Chameleon, who she thinks is Bruce. She has her woman instincts, I guess, female intuition, and she realizes that this is not the real Bruce. And so then the Chameleon's like, "You're a clever young lady. Come with me." And because of the threat of the Chameleon, Bruce Banner's pulse begins to quicken, and he transforms into the Hulk. And this is where now Hulk is going to have to think for himself, as the Chameleon has now got this gamma grenade bomb, and inside the Hulk's brain he remembers that that gamma bomb is what transformed him into the Hulk to begin with. And so he rushes off for a minute. He's going to tackle these army men, but meanwhile we see that the Chameleon takes Betty Ross hostage here, and he's going to put her inside this rocket speed velocity jet. Hulk then is going to, because he has a part of Bruce Banner's brain, is going to then come and save Betty Ross. Meanwhile, we see that Chameleon's plans are starting to unravel here, as the Hulk is just unstoppable. And now the Chameleon is just trying to save his own life. He's not trying to defeat the Hulk at this point. So he throws that gamma bomb, and so then the Hulk is going to take the full brunt of that gamma grenade explosion. And thanks to that explosion, we see that then Hulk is going to transform back to Bruce Banner. And so through all the smoke and stuff, we see that Bruce Banner is able to leave the area, put back his civilian clothes, and we see here that Major Talbot then says, "Okay, we're going to have to dismiss the orders or the charges because of Betty Brant's testimony." And so that is how we end this issue. We see that the leader here is making some kind of powerful humanoid here, so we'll probably see that next issue. But I hope you like this issue, folks, and we'll see what happens next issue as we see more developments continue to transpire here. But anyways, I hope you like this issue. Coming up next, we'll be looking at issue number 63 of Tales to Astonish. And anyways, folks, give this video a like. Comment down below what you liked about this issue. Subscribe if you have not. And I will see y'all in the next one.